Welcome back to another strength tutorial. I'm Coach Harris. Today we are going over the kettlebell deadlift. So if you've followed any of my work so far, you'll know that I like to separate all the exercises you could ever imagine into very simple movement patterns. This makes training properly really efficient and really effective. All right. The deadlift is a part of one of the biggest categories, and that is the hip hinge, right? Anything where our hips are the main mover. This is gonna build so much strength and power throughout the entire back of the body, and honestly, the entire body as a whole. The kettlebell deadlift is a great place to start for any beginner. It's a great option for honestly any trainee, intermediate, advanced, whatever level you are, you can make it tough. But if you're just learning how to deadlift, I always recommend my clients start with a kettlebell deadlift, if you have access to one, and then build up to the barbell and the trap bar from there, all right? So what you're gonna need is the kettlebell like so. And I'm gonna show you the setup. I'm gonna show you the execution, all of the details. If you just wanna watch the technique and then be out of the video, that's totally fine. You can watch my demo guy over here. I'm gonna give you the finer details now. What I like to do to start is walk right over top of that kettlebell. This is important because when we lift weights in any way, but especially in the deadlift fashion, we want that weight right underneath our center of mass, right? Our main center. If we are here and the weight's in front of us and we try to pull, not only are we putting our back at risk, our low back specifically, but it's not gonna be a strong or powerful movement. So you're gonna start right over top, right? And you're gonna push your hips back, back, back as far as they'll go, just like this. Nice, strong power position. Reach down, grab the weight. All right, before you lift, I want so much tension in your body that I couldn't move you in any direction. What I do with my clients sometimes, the ones that I know won't beat me up for doing this, is I kind of push them around a little bit. It seems mean, but it's really helpful, all right? I wanna make sure that when you're in this position, you cannot be folded, rotated, or collapsed in any way. You should be very, very sturdy because we're setting ourselves up for success as you start to work yourself up the deadlift ladder, right? I want you to eventually, if you're not currently already doing this, to be able to lift with all the deadlift options and to be able to lift very heavy, very safely. So it starts here, right? High tension in the hands, feet, torso. All I want you to do from now, keep it very simple, stand up, right? We're gonna lower back to that same position, breathe, brace, stand up with power. One more, breathe, brace, stand up, all right? Again, notice as I come down, the weight is not drifting forward. That's very important. Pull that weight in as if Coach Harris was in front of you and was trying to pull that weight forward, right? Very tight. From the front, people ask me, how wide should the feet be, all right? This is the same answer as it is with a squat or any other kind of movement. It's going to depend on your anatomy, the way you're built, all right? For me, with a kettlebell, I like to be here because my hips are not so mobile, they're not so nice to me, so I don't like to go too wide because it doesn't feel that good, all right? Some people though are different, and they'll be out here and they'll feel amazing, they'll be structurally solid, everything will be very strong for them. I want you to find what feels the most powerful, the most stable from your feet up, all right? You're gonna be here, hips back, tension, power. Notice that aggression, right? I don't like half-assing reps, right? Yes, you wanna move slow and steady at times to build your technique. Always, always be controlled and safe first and foremost. But given all those factors, given that you can handle that, give me your power, right? Control down, be explosive on the way up. We're trying to build an athletic body here. Final note, and I'll let you be, and you can go ahead and start your deadlifts. If for any reason, I want you to be very humble here. Leave the ego at the door, as they say. For some reason, getting down to that weight just feels a little bit off. It feels a little too low, a little bit too much of a stretch to get there. I want you to put a plate, a box, something sturdy and solid underneath, like so. It can be as high as you need it to be. When I say that I've done this with dozens and dozens of people, it's true, right? So many people need or at least want something like this underneath, and it's totally acceptable. Honestly, especially with the kettlebell. The reason is because a kettlebell is a pretty small diameter, right? This is a big one and it's not too high, but if I had a lighter kettlebell, it would be even shorter to the ground, which means it's harder to get down there. we're not always meant for that positions. If you're really tall, if you're not very mobile, you know, if you're just a normal person, it's a low way to go. So if you need to, raise it up a little. Same thing. That feels really juicy. That feels solid, okay? So if that's still too low, raise it up higher, master the form, and then work on your mobility, work on stuff to get a little bit lower down, all right? I want you to try that out. Let me know how it goes wherever you can find access. Let me know. I would love to know how the deadlift goes for you. Enjoy that kettlebell movement, all right? See you in the next video.